Christmas closures, which I've already done before in the previous game, so we can have a wee check if there's improvements on the PS5 compared to PS4. So it's an old video I done a very long time ago if you wish to check it out for comparison. So we're going to follow the icon. It's usually how it goes. We're not in a hurry, we're just going to walk there. Up and over the bridge. Oh, out my way. He appeared from nowhere, didn't he? Like a ninja. See, I'm not an overly enthusiastic worker. I'll walk to where I need to go, you know. Let's wait for the train to arrive. There it is. Basically, we're just going to go along a bit and come back again. But it's just to do this video again. It takes about 3/4 of an hour. Thereabouts. I think it does look quite nice on the PS5, you know. I think the main difference on the 5 with PS4 games is frame rates. Everything should be a lot smoother.
Your local knowledge, the manoeuvres to in Broadway should go smoothly. When you're ready, take control of the train.
Local knowledge? Local knowledge? I don't live anywhere near there. I'm from Edinburgh. How am I meant to know what Ealing and Broadway is like? There we go. So I'm not the carriage doors. I'm just it's the. Do you know what it is? It's the old method that we got. We don't need the. There we go. Don't need the wiper going. So how's everything? Check everything. Reversals and neutral. We don't want to go forward. The master switch should be on anyway. Yeah, it's unlocked, which is good. A bit chilly. It's turn the heat up a bit. Not too fast for the fan. The other lights, the light suits like they're already set to date. Yep. We're loading the passengers. Everybody loaded. All the carriage doors, it says. Yeah, you have to. Right, what else do we need to do? Set it to running. I think we can just use notch 2. It's needs to avoid slip sliding away. One doesn't actually slide too much on this. See, getting used to the newer method. Going out. It does look nice, doesn't it? There's a difference with this way when they're in the camera mode. You have to press triangle to change the control for the train. So if you want to increase the throttle, like that. Let it feel out. Awfully noisy, isn't it? The carriages. Squeaking and general. It's just easier when you want to play around with the actual train controls. Let's double check our schedule, see what we're meant to be there at a certain time or not, but I don't know. It doesn't actually say it. Scheduled time of just telling me to get there, basically. Too icy and frosty, I think. Your wheel slip there. There's the full throttle. Are we getting it this time? No, I'm not getting the wheel slip. Now this is where I'm going to have to get used to is obviously the braking in this one, because there's a big difference in. Because if I'm going pretty fast and put too much harsh braking on, I'll probably just slide along the rails, go whee. It doesn't tell you have to get there at a certain time, but obviously want to get there as quickly as we can. No, we're not. Don't really want to hang around. As long as we get there in one piece. Important part. Yeah, when you do the special scenarios, I know for a fact they always put it onto the older control system if that's the case. It's always been the case. There you go. External. Should drop the throttle a wee bit. We don't need to go stupidly fast. Just looks good though, doesn't it? I'm happy with that. I think the difference is things like in the scenery and that, the draw distances is a lot better compared to the original. I'll get there to Ealing in about 10 minutes. I don't think we need too much. Speeding through the station. It's coming to the top of me. Let's go back in. It's just, to me, you have a better control if you're inside. A little less fiddly, but I find actual interiors and that, and the details a lot sharper and a lot nicer than on the older game. Because the picture, I think it is TSW. I don't know if it's a 2020 or even TSW itself when it originally came out. The only sort of thing that's happening here, and I think it's more to do with the actual game, because it's essentially playing as the PS4 Pro version, but higher frame rates and stuff. The popping and stuff coming in is actually just because of that. you don't get the sort of ghosted line effect. What's happening, the shadows on the trees and everything else, it's obviously you can see it's like about 20 yards ahead of you, but it's always been pretty much like that in this game. Some of the shadow effects pop in 20 yards ahead of you. And I just think if there was a patch, they could probably make the shadows more permanent rather than a sort of line going across. I know they played around the control system on, or the sound on this train a bit, I think, as well, and the other train on this one, I think, is it the 166? Just play around with the sound to make it a bit more closer to what it should be. Because I mean, a lot of the time I know they just use generic sounds. There's not always the sounds for all the trains. This is a wee chill out tonight. Quite literally. All the snow and ice. I'm going to have a wee slow down because, as to say, it's not like I've got a time limit. I'm just giving it a wee, because this is probably going to take me about 3 or 4 minutes to get to where I'm going and actually stopping, so about 11 minutes, 12 minutes past 9. I know what this one's all about. You go drop people off, pull forward, change cabs, come back again, pick people up, and head back to where we were, because there's issues. All the snow. I like the game. It's a nice visual game. I mean, a lot of these pieces of track and journeys and everything that they've made, I wonder if anybody's actually tried comparing them to the real one. Wondering if they think it's very realistic. Because I don't want harsh braking, I'm just gradually slowing her down. Useful numbers. Now, if you had the new system, you could zoom in and see it. You might be able to actually read them. There's a train number 43169. Your time is up. Come in. It's about near 50 or an hour boating pond or something. 43169, can you come in? Your time is up. We got a really wee megaphone. We're pulling in. I know we pull in just up here at Ealing, and then we change it around. As I say, I don't want to really speed it up. Plenty of time to slow it down. There's no hurry. It's not like you have to. The main reason I'm not hurrying is because of the yellow lights. You get the yellow light, you don't want to hurry because there's possibly a red one up ahead, and you want to be able to stop if there's a red light, you know. Having the ability to stop in time always helpful. It's like that when they've got the Bakerloo line on this game, and I know everybody's wanting it goes through Paddington. Pity you couldn't just sort of switch over from this line, the Western line, to Reading, and then change over to the Bakerloo line just have a wee change, you know. Let's bring this down a wee bit more. We're not in a hurry, we've got plenty of time. This is, we're down to 20. It doesn't. We know we're not in a hurry. Especially when you've got a red light, you don't want to go through the red light, and that's the important part. Especially in this game, go through a red light in this game and you find yourself restarting the whole scenario all over again. How frustrating is that? Especially if you're just like your terminus and you go through that red light, you're like, oh no. We're getting there. I've got plenty of time to slow her down, plenty of time. When it gets to about 10 miles an hour, it almost stops pretty quickly, any of the trains. That'll do. It doesn't have to be perfect. Unlock. Make sure everybody's diving on. Free camera. Change your camera mode. That's just again habit. Is just the. Everybody's dove off. Yeah, see, we're not going any further, son. We've got. There's all these people on the train, they obviously think it's going to go further than it is. Getting ready to lock the doors.
Okay, you're clear to shunt into Acton Yard.
Press my wee button. There's so many things I don't actually do, but we should be doing. We actually play it. I don't press the wee buttons like for that wee guard button to. Right, so go to Acton Yard, and then essentially we're going to barrel the thing around and come back again. I think I've done this before, and I have. I have on when it was the TSW, and I think it is just TSW. I don't think it's even TSW 2020. So you can have a wee look at the comparisons and what it looks like, the old game and the new game. I don't want to go too fast because it's going to when it speeds of like 20 mile an hour and stuff, so. That's the season. Look at all these passengers on the train. All the noises the coaches are making. Very noisy, aren't they? I do like the visuals though. I do like the visuals. You see what the actual speed's going to drop down to. You got the 70 bit there, but yeah, you know, looking to tear up the so it's in 80 is going all the different lines, but when you get to Acton Yard itself, it's obviously you're looking at 20 mile an hour and stuff like that, so you're down to 30. So we'll just coast it. Just coast it into the yard and just drop it down a bit. Put one throttle on just to keep her going instead of slowing her right entirely. Up to 2. I just want to take her up to 15 or thereabouts anyway, because plenty of time to slow down and just there's no point in going too fast. It's not like you got to be at a certain time or anything with it. I like all the detail in the cabs and that, you know. Nice detailing. So, no, not speeding. The people on board will just be going, huh? I've just come back from there. They're morons. Don't listen to the guard to tell them to get off. They just want me to stop at this position. And then spin it around. I think there's definitely a bit more detailing. I mean, I'm going to check the video. I mean, look, you get the compression obviously on the YouTube, but
good work. Close down the desk and walk to the other cab.
Okie dokes. Right, so set the reverse engine off. Don't want to change it. No, we don't want the reverser. No, I want the reverser, not the master shift switch. Stop, give me the master switch. That's it. That's what it's trying to do. Cool. Headlights and tail lights. Done. Right. Apparently I'm all good. We'll find out when we get there. We're just running across. Dun 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 dun. But it's just seeing all these people in the train, and they're just like stupid. Or have they disappeared? No, I can see some heads. I see plenty of people in the train, and they're just like, what's happening? Climb up. Stairs, yeah. So,
You're all good to go. Depart as soon as you're ready. A successful job, I think.
We've done that bit. We can forward. So to daylight. Cool. And then there's me dimmer. Usually about 50% I go for. Set to running. Throttle to 2 and basically back to Ealing. Hopefully we should be moving. It's usually when that brake bias bit there goes up to 5.1, it seems to have to wait until it gets to that point and then we start moving usually. Yep, there we go. It is quite misty, isn't it? We'll get up to 3, we need to just get up to 15 and we'll not get back to where we're meant to be. It's just a wee scenario. But this is bits like this is where I prefer just to stay in the cab view, especially when you're on the old system, because when you go to the new system it's actually good because you can play around with the camera and actually drive the train all at the same time, but you can't do it on the old system. So I don't. We're nearly at 15. We just need to get back onto the main train tracks again. We're going to do that. We can go up a wee bit, up to 30. And if we throttle a bit more, and take it out 30 to Ealing or so, you know, don't need to go much faster than that. Not a race. It is quite misty out there, isn't it? We do it from outside, we'll just throttle off. Down a wee bit. Because the other train was there. I want to see my stopping position. Just to keep it going. Yeah, I think like things like that, these light indicators and all that are really nice and sharp and clear. Because you can see almost like all the individual wee lights and that LEDs to make them up. I did find with things like obviously the dials and that, some of them when you turn the lights on, these indicators are a wee bit fuzzy, just a wee bit sharper. I don't know if they'll actually ever do a proper patch for the new console or not. It would be nice if you could do. To me, all I would see about these sort of patches would be to have influence of the haptic feedback on the trains or controller. When, you know, we've got the new controller on PS5 with the haptic feedbacks, and that's, I think, any of the PS5 patches on our old PS4 game, mainly all I think they need to do is put a bit of emphasis of how can they utilise the new controller, because most people be still quite happy playing the older games as they are, because to be honest, a lot of them are still graphically stunning. But if you had the older games playing them and you had the effect of the new controller with the haptic feedback, you just think people would be very happy. It would be nice to hear. Obviously you're driving along, you maybe could feel just the slightest vibration on going all over the tracks. Obviously your controller be on the move all the time. I don't need to change full throttle, but it is very misty, isn't it? It's not snowing or anything, but it's very, very misty. Was successful for me. Take another photograph. Yeah, going through the station. Christmas exposures. I know it's Christmas closures, but that's Christmas exposures. Rotate please. Yeah, just need to get to Slough. It'll probably take us 10 minutes or so. Less if we actually just hammer it. The important thing is just we need to make sure we slow down for it rather than anything else. No, not carrying on all the way to Reading. It's quite often a lot of the HST ones are basically just Reading to Paddington and vice versa. There is some that do a stop at Slough in that though. Getting there. It seems it's going to take as long as roughly it says, about 40-45 minutes. As I say, I'm just going to do this as the only thing for the stream. So guys, if you liked the video and you want to leave a comment, please do. Hit like, subscribe to the channel. I don't get much hits on the videos, but I want one recently with a Wildlands one, and it just seems to have gone bonkers. Certainly my size of thing channel is, and I've had 1 or 2 subs for it as well. And it's still going up now. Played Wildlands on PS5. It's not always a pure PS5 game, it's just the gameplay of the PS4 game on the PS5 just generally runs a bit smoother, and I mean the glitches are just the normal glitches when you go through the rocks and stuff, and it's just the game. I can't do much about that. I just find in general the games run nice on the PS5. I need to get another PS5 game. What I'm actually waiting to do is be this weekend, and got FIFA, but the PS5 version's come out on FIFA, so let's be honest. When the PS5 comes out, I can do a quick video of that FIFA 21 on the PS5, and it's PS5 glory essentially. I don't need to go much faster there. I'm going to take much time to get there. Not nearly 100 miles an hour. It'll take about 5 minutes or something. See, my local knowledge there of Ealing. He who is living in Scotland. It was just the announcement she made at the beginning of the game. This one. Your local knowledge. You're always a local driver. This is a local driver for local people. A little bit like League of Gentlemen, eh? This is a local train for local people. Or just not in Wales. Sleeper going. Nearly there. It's like the distance isn't changing much. It must be a wee bend or something. That's what a lot of trains do. They coast. Whenever they can coast, they'll coast just to save fuel. And always because of the speed the trains and the weight, they kind of keep going for quite some time. I won't have to worry when I get to about 2 miles. That's when the thinking of slowing down definitely kicks in. I mean, obviously I'm slowing down gradually as it is. Half a mile or so or less, I'm losing 10 miles. So hit 2 mile an hour, 2 miles I think would be close to 70, but not quite. I'm getting yellow lights. Let's take her down a wee bit. Pull into Slough without going 100 mile an hour into Slough. Release the brake a moment. Probably be about 60. See horn. I think I've done this quite fairly well actually. Wonder if anybody who lives in these houses buys the game and goes, I can see my house from here. Yeah. That's the one thing I don't want to do, is to go through the red light after pretty much finishing up. So we'll just drop the speed a wee bit more. Because there isn't really a time limit, it's just we just want to get there one piece and not go through the red light. That's important, but don't go through the red light. That's the same. I'm guessing they're using a adhesion formula thing where it'll take longer because it's cold to slow down. So warn everybody. It's not bad actually. As I say, you tend to find when it hits 10 mile an hour on any of the on any of the trains, they just slow right down in no time at all. Just don't want to go through the red light, that's all important. Yeah, we're all good. So that's not bad, about 40 minutes to 3/4 an hour it took me to do it. Obviously, I could have floored it a lot faster in between the stations, get up to 125. It should be me at the end of the scenario. Is that his time? His timetable? What are you doing the buses here? Timetables. Oh, they'll tell me to do my wee shutdown procedure probably. Well done, thank you, blah blah blah. But certainly, it was a good wee scenario actually. There we go. Lock the doors.
That seems to all run smoothly. We made a good team there. Have a great day.
It was me who done it. Right, so basically I think I just I don't want anybody to have the train rolling off in all directions. That's it, you just finish it off at that. Walk to the far end. That's it. I don't know if there's any boards on the way. It'd be nice if there's a wee board or something that we can make go ping. And any boards? Got a ticket. Beep. My pass. It's my password. That doesn't even got a board for me to speak your way a lot. Yeah. That's not bad. Ooh, a gold. A gold did this. Yeah, that's not bad. It's just over 3/4 an hour to do it. Perfect. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. We'll catch you another time. Bye for now.